You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a beloved crossing guard retires in Baxter Springs.
But first, local Chiefs fans react to news of the team's relocation.
And we're going to see wonderful temperatures today, record-breaking highs. I'll have those details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Donald O'Keefe. It is 7 o'clock in the morning.
Happy Wednesday, happy Christmas Eve for those of you counting down on your Advent. So I have one more Advent present to open and I'll know. It's almost Christmas.
I have a few to open because I haven't been home in a little bit, but I can't wait to open them up.
Well, whether you're a fan of Christmas or not, or fans of the Chiefs, they also plan to play tomorrow, and maybe that's something you're looking forward to. But fans recently heard some pretty big news this week. It was the news heard around Chiefs Kingdom. The team announced it would be moving across the border into Kansas after calling the Show Me State its home for more than 60 years. KOAM's Ty Parks talked to fans on both sides of the state line to get their reactions.
Red Kingdom is crossing the border to Kansas City, Kansas. Although it does not look like the name or logo will change, will this change the way Kansas City Chiefs products are sold?
It's hard to say. I'm sure it'll garner some excitement and things, but really, since they're not changing the name or changing the logo or anything, I don't know that it'll be that big of an issue. But I think it'll come to the excitement of next year. Once, I guess, we're still 5 years away or whatever it is. So I think maybe when that time comes, the excitement probably down the road.
Not only does this move excite Jock's niche owner John Minton, but the new location in Wyandotte County and the possibility for bigger events as well.
It seems like it, just because they're moving from to a whole new economic area with hopefully that new stadium will be able to host other events, and they're creating a whole entertainment district. So it seems like it's a much better place than it was currently. Unfortunately, Missouri kind of chose not to get on board and give them what they were looking for.
KOAM speaks with a lifelong Chiefs fan from Missouri about their first thoughts on the move.
I've only been a Chiefs fan. I haven't known what it's like to be a fan of a different team. And there's been a lot of frustrating, long seasons. And it is kind of heart-wrenching because you're a fan through those tough years. And then when the team gets good, they listen to offers from other states and then they move.
Will people stop being fans because of the move?
I'm absolutely going to be a fan. I don't think that this will stop at all. I think it'll just be a little weird to drive up there, cross the state line.
On the Kansas-Missouri border, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Well, some local fans also tell KOAM that they believe the new facility will be good and provide a lot more and hopefully a Super Bowl in the future. Now, I know we're probably the two worst people to try to talk about anything not like Chiefs related, because I don't know much about sports at all. But we have some very, very big invested fans here in this station, as I know there are across the 4 states.
Oh, most definitely. I talk to them all the time. We get into heated talks, but it's all fun, But you want to know what else is heated? The temperatures for today and tomorrow. Let's take a look at downtown Pittsburgh right now. You can see the sun starting to pop its head up there. Temperatures are going to start warming up pretty significantly as we go over the next couple of hours. We're going to see well above average temperatures right now. 7th and Range Line, you can see beautiful colors out there. People getting their morning routines going, getting their morning coffee. You probably want an iced coffee because of how warm it's going to be today. 32nd and Range Line, not too bad as well. Driving conditions look pretty good. 20th and Range Line as well. There's a little bit of haze on the camera, but not too bad. But there is a bit of fog out there right now. We do have a fog advisory until noon today in the northern counties and the northwestern counties out there to the east or to the west as well. There is some fog that is lingering around Iola, just about 1.5 miles of visibility. Yates Center, 3 miles of visibility. Fredonia, 5, and Sedan, about 4 miles of visibility. So if you guys are driving through any of that area, just be careful. It is a bit foggy. The rest of the area looks pretty good. Taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 61 in Pittsburgh. Nice, comfortable temperatures for this time in the morning. If you like to go out for a morning walk, it is perfect to do that. Our current temperatures, 50 degrees in Sedan, 55 there in Yates Center. You guys are on the cooler side, but as we head east, temperatures are in the lower 60s. It feels really good out there. Taking a look at our future track for today. For today at noon, winds out of the southwest, bringing in that warmer air. Partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies for today. And then for our evening, that trend does continue. Clear skies will clear into the overnight, but we're going to see nice conditions through today. We could see temperatures get up to 75 degrees for today. A bit breezy though. Winds are going to gust up to about 30, but I'll have those record-breaking temperature details coming up.
Donald, thanks. A wanted man was taken into custody yesterday near Carl Junction. 43-year-old Cody Vinson was stopped by police last week and refused to exit his vehicle. After a deputy attempted to force his way into the car, Vinson led police on a pursuit into Barton County, where deputies lost visual contact. Vinson was captured yesterday after hiding in a residence and resisting arrest. He is currently being held in the Jasper County Jail. Well, authorities charged a Kansas man in connection with a missing boy in Bates County, Missouri. Over the weekend, Lynn County, Kansas authorities announced 13-year-old Aaron Andula had gone missing near the Holiday Lake neighborhood. Yesterday, the Bates County Sheriff's Office received a call in reference to the missing boy. When authorities arrived at the caller's house, a man said he knew where Aaron was and that the boy was dead. The man, Damon Leonard of Pleasanton, Kansas, led authorities to the area where he left Aaron's body. Authorities found the body in a remote area in a creek bed. They say Leonard admitted to taking Aaron's body from Kansas to Missouri. He has been charged with abandonment of a corpse. Well, our stories are often discovered by you, our viewers. We invite you to share your news tips with us. Scan the QR code and you'll be taken to a form where you can submit a tip quickly and easily. Thank you for being a part of the story. When Baxter Springs public school students return from winter break, they may notice the absence of a familiar face. Beloved figure Chuck Sweeten is hanging up his uniform after serving the community for the past 26 years as a school board member and a crossing guard. Chuck has been praised for going above and beyond at his job to ensure that the children are safe and secure.
I just enjoyed the kids. That's the main thing. They have kids that come across that don't have a lot of stuff sometimes, and there's always trying to help them out a little bit. And I just enjoyed seeing the kids, and they're real polite kids. I've got to say that Baxter's got some real nice young people.
Chuck admits it won't be easy not heading to the crosswalk every morning, but still plans on visiting whenever he can. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up soon, we've got Santa pictures from across the 4 states. And next up, we're looking at the new information released on the Epstein files. You're watching the KOM Morning News on Fox 14. Topping Nation Watch this morning, the Justice Department released another batch of files related to Jeffrey Epstein yesterday morning, including emails, unverified tips, more pictures, even some items known to be fake. As Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington, there are also many references to President Trump.
The Jeffrey Epstein saga continues to unfold. Early Tuesday, the Justice Department posted a second batch of some 11,000 documents, days after a deadline to release all government material related to the convicted sex offender's case.
We're going through a very methodical process with hundreds of lawyers looking at every single document.
Among the heavily redacted files is a January 2020 email from an assistant U.S. attorney stating President Trump flew on Epstein's plane at least 8 times between 1993 and 96, more than originally reported. At least once with Epstein alone and another time with just Epstein and an unnamed 20-year-old woman.
I can't imagine why Donald Trump would have been okay to be on an airplane with teenagers and very young adult women, other than nefarious circumstances.
But with the files came a note of caution. The DOJ posting some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump. The first batch of documents released Friday contained dozens of photos of Epstein with high-powered men, including Presidents Trump and Clinton. And although Trump signed off on releasing the files, he thinks they're doing more harm than good.
This is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing.
The files also contain many unverified tips sent in to law enforcement and a debunked video purporting to show Epstein's 2019 suicide inside his Manhattan jail cell. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Pope Leo XIV expresses disappointment after a new law is passed in his home state of Illinois. Chicago Governor J.B. Pritzker announced a law on December 12th allowing for medically assisted suicide. Deb Robertson, a resident of Chicago living with a terminal illness, made a push for the measure to be approved. Robertson spoke for many of those suffering with illnesses and their desire to decide how and when their lives should end. Pritzker said he was moved by patient stories and passed the law. Pope Leo shared frustration as the law goes against core Catholic beliefs which forbid euthanasia. The White House says it's making a big push to keep the roads safe from unskilled truck drivers, but Democrats say the president is just playing politics. Fox News senior national correspondent William LaJunese has more from Los Angeles.
These are rules that are set up to make sure our roads are safe.
The Trump administration is ramping up its crackdown on undocumented truck drivers. On Monday, ICE announced more than 100 arrests during an operation called Highway Sentinel, targeting truck companies in California where it's illegal for police to ask a driver their immigration status.
Just asking everyone when you're stopping them what your immigration status is, that seems perfectly fair.
It's not just ICE. Border Patrol and Homeland Security were posted to checkpoints and ports looking for illegally issued commercial driver's licenses. Here in California, 17,000 CDLs now revoked, with 24,000 more under review.
You have, illegals coming in, basically getting signed off on by the driving school, and then they go to the DMV and they get a license and they hit the road. They have no training.
But some states are fighting back, saying getting truck drivers off the road, even if they're in the country illegally, will increase prices for consumers by creating a trucker shortage.
He's not deporting violent felons. He's deporting law-abiding immigrants, veterans who served this country, children who are actually American citizens.
President Trump pushing back, saying the deportations will bring prices down.
Mass migration fueled mass inflation, but now we are fixing it.
Secretary Duffy is now threatening to withhold federal funding to other states like Colorado if they fail to purge CDLs illegally issued to migrants. In Los Angeles, William LaJunese, Fox News.
That's a look at some of today's top national stories. We'll be right back.
It's starting to look pretty nice out there. Take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. The sun's starting to come up. Things are starting to warm up there. There's some lingering clouds. We are going to see some clouds through the day. 7th and Range Line. Look at those beautiful colors out there with the clouds. Nice pinks and reds. A beautiful sunrise. That's what I love about here. Just amazing sunrise and sunsets. 20th and Range Line. Get a little bit busy out there. People are doing their morning routines, going to get their morning coffee. They're probably wanting an iced coffee because of how warm it's going to be today. 32nd and Range Line. Not too bad as well. We do have some fog right now, though. There is a fog advisory until noon for the northern counties and northwestern counties. There is a bit of fog in that area because the temperatures and the dew points are right around the same, creating condensation at the surface level. So let's take a look at that fog right now. So in Iola, about 1.5 miles of visibility. Yates Center just under 3, Sedan just under 4, and Fredonia just under 5. So if you guys are in any of those western, northwestern counties, be careful because it is a bit foggy out there. A lot of the other area looks pretty good for driving conditions. If you're driving to work, or if not, if you're just going out to do your last minute shopping, just be careful. Taking a look outside, 62 in Joplin, 61 in Pittsburgh. Nice comfortable temperatures this morning. It's amazing how warm it feels. We're going to see temperatures 20 to 30 degrees above average for today. Take a look at our future track. This is today at noon. Winds out of the southwest, a bit breezy. We're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies through the day. We're going to warm up to the mid 70s for the area, and then as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday morning, Christmas morning, we're going to see clear skies. It is going to be well above average for our Thursday morning. Santa's going to be pretty happy with that because of how warm it's going to be. He's going to be up in his sleigh, probably in shorts and t-shirts because of how warm we are going to see those temperatures get up to. So taking a look at Thursday evening, still a bit breezy, and then we get into Thursday night into Friday morning. We're going to see mostly cloudy skies, but that trend for the warm conditions continues even into Friday afternoon, warming up still to about the mid 70s, even for Saturday as well. So that warm trend continues. Why is it going to be so warm? Well, we have a high pressure system over our area that's bringing in a nice flow of very warm southerly winds to our area, causing things to be well above average. So starting your day, 63 degrees at 8 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies. There's going to be some fog. Those clouds should start to dissipate a little bit by the afternoon. Same thing for that fog. Seeing 71 degrees by 11 a.m. And then we can warm up to 75 degrees for a high. That is definitely going to break a record that we've held since 2016. I'll get to that in a minute though. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 30 miles an hour, but it's overall going to be a pretty nice Christmas Eve. And even for the overnight, we're going to have a pretty gradual cool down. You can see we're going to stay in the 60s with an overnight low of 61 degrees. Like I said, Santa's going to be pretty happy with those kinds of temperatures. He's going to be even happier on Christmas Day too. His job is going to be done so he can go on vacation here if he wants to, because we're going to have a high of 74 degrees for Christmas Day. It's still a bit breezy though. Let's take a look at some Christmas statistics. So our average for this time of year is 46 degrees, and our average is 27 degrees for a low. Our record was 72 degrees in 2016. We're most definitely going to break that record if we can get to 75 for Christmas Day. So taking a look at our 7 to 10 day here, 75 degrees for Wednesday, 74 for Christmas Day. We're still staying in the 70s until Saturday before a cold front moves in Sunday, dropping temperatures back down to around average before it starts to warm up again right around New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. But that's a look at your full forecast and other more news and weather coming up.
Well, we have 30 more minutes of news and weather coming up soon. But first, let's take a look at some Santa pictures sent in from across the 4 states.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Samantha Walker. A Joplin baker wants to turn up the heat on her competition. Courtney Towery, a baker who specializes in sourdough, wants the title Greatest Baker. The baker who wins the title will also receive $10,000, a feature in Bake from Scratch magazine, and a chance to expand their bakery. Courtney says winning the competition would be a great way to give to the community.
I would talk to them about this bakery competition, and they would take the flyers and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. We want more bread available to our community that we know is just organic based and as close to local farming as we can possibly get.
Courtney started the artisanal bakery in 2022 because she wanted to provide organic baked goods for people with inflammatory illness. Now here's Donald with a quick look at your forecast.
We're going to see record-breaking temperatures for our area today, tomorrow, and through the rest of the week. Take a look at downtown Pittsburgh. The sun is up. There's some clouds lingering around. We're going to see pretty much partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies, along with, like I said, record-breaking temps. 7th and range line, not looking too bad. People are starting to get out the door. If you still have work today, you're probably driving to work. Just be careful because there is some fog. 20th and range line right now, just a little bit of haze. This is what I was talking about. There is some fog still out there in the northern counties and northwestern counties. This advisory is until noon today. Let's take a look at that fog right now. So we have about 1.5 miles of visibility there in Iola. Yates Center just about 3 miles, Sedan about just under 4. So if you guys are driving in any of those western and northwestern counties, please be careful. There is some pretty dense fog out there. Taking a look outside, 62 degrees in Joplin, 61 degrees in Pittsburgh. It is feeling well above average or well above normal temperatures right now. You can see for our current temperatures, Sedan, you guys are 51, Yates Center 53. You guys are on the cooler side. That's where pretty much most of the fog is. The temperatures and the dew points are about the same there. That's why we're having some fog. But as we go east, temperatures are in the upper 50s and lower 60s for the area. Like you can see, very comfortable temperatures right now. Take a look at our future track. Today at noon, southwest winds bringing in that warmer air, a bit gusty out there. We're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies through the day as we get into the evening time for Christmas Eve. So very comfortable temperatures for today. 75 degrees for high, and like I said, winds gusting up to 30 miles an hour. But I'll have a check at those higher temperatures coming up.
Thanks, Donald. As parents finished last-minute Christmas shopping, kids took part in Wildcat Glazes' Winter Wonder Workshop. The event gave children the chance to make handmade gifts, including body scrubs, snow globes, and hand-painted boxes, before heading outdoors for a candy cane hunt along the trails. Organizers say the workshop is designed to give kids a fun, hands-on holiday activity.
Just a busy time, and it's going to be a time just to sit down and each of them have a little creativity time to themselves, and their parents have a little quiet time, and we can do something fun with them. We're going to take a hike, like I said, outdoors looking for candy canes, but also whatever else we can find. This is a way to get outdoors, see what we have, hopefully learn to appreciate the outdoors and the nature.
Proceeds from the event will go towards maintaining the park and expanding educational opportunities for the community. Well, the Center for Seniors in Neosho, Missouri is getting a fresh makeover. The building was remodeled around 2007-2008. The updates are now part of maintenance. Maintenance includes painting the outside, changing gutters, sealing windows, and other exterior enhancements. This ensures seniors have a good place to go, have lunch, and enjoy gaming. This is all possible due to the support of the community. Well, something's hopping in Pittsburgh. After years of anticipation, it looks like IHOP is preparing to open a restaurant in town. The sign is up at 200 East Centennial Drive, where Gusano's Pizza used to be. It lists restaurant hours as coming soon. Years ago, IHOP had announced it anticipated opening in Pittsburgh in mid-2023, but as the months passed without comment from IHOP, the chain's plans for Pittsburgh became unclear. Well, now IHOP's website officially lists Pittsburgh as a home of an IHOP. We've reached out to the restaurant for more details, but we have not yet heard a response. Well, Union Station Deli in Joplin was filled with holiday cheer as families gathered for its first breakfast with Santa. Kids spent the morning decorating ornaments, getting their face painted, and writing letters to St. Nick. Children also enjoyed waffles and had the chance to take photos with the jolly guest from the North Pole. Owner Jennifer Johnson says the event was created to spark imagination and give kids a chance to experience the magic of Christmas. With Christmas less than 24 hours away, one fun way to count down the time is with the Santa Tracker page on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, NORAD officially starts tracking the Jolly Elf on Christmas Eve today, and you can still head over to the Santa Tracker page and check out plenty of fun games and information. Just scan this QR code and let the fun begin. That's the Santa Tracker page on KOAMNewsNow.com. And don't forget, you can follow Santa's progress right here on KOAM News tonight on Christmas Eve. Well, those empty Christmas boxes at your curb could attract thieves. Police warn your post-holiday cleanup might advertise your new valuables to criminals. Adam Woodbridge shows us how to dispose of boxes safely.
As you open your new treasures, the Springfield Police Department wants to remind you to be cautious when throwing your boxes away.
Once you open up all your gifts this season, don't make your curb an advertisement for what you have inside your house.
SPD says it's easy to take your boxes outside without giving it much thought. And if you're not careful, well, that could bring some unwanted attention. Police say to break down the boxes as best you can and then stuff them into the trash can. And when you can, load them up in your car and take them to the recycling center.
Those are the two safest options. And if you have too many boxes, too many bags of trash that won't fit in your trash can and you're not able to get them to the recycling center, just, save those in the house, in the garage, in the shed.
And just add them to your trash can when it's time to take it out again the next week.
These are all just basic precautions that you can take to help reduce the opportunity and reduce the risk that you're the victim of a property crime like a burglary.
Porch piracy can cost people some serious money, with one estimate suggesting an annual loss of tens of millions of packages. One report from late 2024 indicated the cost of the average stolen package to be a little over $200. Well, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KMWM Morning News. The first Avenger returns to the big screen.
Yeah, it's a warm start to our Christmas Eve. We're going to see temperatures start to go up as we go through the day. Taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, the sun is up. There is some clouds. It is going to be a bit cloudy today, but the temperatures are the big story of how warm it's going to get. 7th and Range line looking pretty good out there. You can see the clouds starting to build in just a little bit as we go through the morning. 20th and Range line, not too bad as well. People are starting to get out, do their morning routines, probably rushing to the stores to see if they can get their last minute Christmas shopping and maybe getting an iced coffee because it's going to feel so warm today. An iced coffee might actually feel better than a hot coffee. We do have some fog out there right now. There is a fog advisory until 12 o'clock today for the northern counties and northwestern counties. Right now there is some fog, pretty dense fog out there in Iola, just over a mile of visibility. Yates Center just under 3 miles. Sedan 3.5 miles of visibility, and Fredonia just under 5. So if you guys are out in those counties right there, out in those, if you're driving through there, maybe going to work, going to the store, just be careful. Some very dense fog out there as well. So take a look outside. 62 degrees in Joplin, 61 there in Pittsburgh. Very, very comfortable and above average for this time of year. Take a look at our future track. This is today at noon. Winds out of the southwest, a bit breezy, bringing in that warmer air to our area. We're going to see partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for today, kind of acting like a blanket, keeping those temperatures on the warmer side as well. As we get to the evening time, we're going to see some clouds start to dissipate overnight for when we get into Christmas morning. We're going to see some clear skies. Santa's going to be pretty happy about the temperatures for tomorrow morning with that south winds that are going to be warming things up pretty significantly. For Christmas Day, we're going to see mostly sunny skies, but just a few passing clouds still on the breezier side, and that trend does continue into Friday as well. Friday morning, still way above average for temperatures, and I'll get to that in a minute. That trend continues through Friday afternoon. Clouds are going to start to dissipate in a nice sunny Friday for us, and then we get into Saturday morning, still winds out of the south, going to be warming things up, and that warm trend continues until we get to Sunday. But why is it going to be warm over the next couple of days? Well, we have a high pressure system in our area that's bringing in a nice flow of southerly winds to our area, keeping things well above average, 20 to 30 degrees above average for those highs. And looking at our morning here, 63 degrees at 8 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies, and there's going to be some fog, but we can see 71 degrees by 11 a.m. And we can get up to 75 degrees for a high today. That is definitely going to break a record as we go through the day. And like I said, a bit gusty, 30-mile-an-hour gusts out of the south. And even for overnight, Santa's going to be happy with these temperatures, 61 degrees, even though it is going to be a bit breezy. So he might be in his sleigh wearing like a shorts and t-shirt, being like, wow, this is pretty nice. I could probably vacation here after I'm done. But looking at Christmas Day, high of 74. That could either tie and break a record if we can reach that mark. Let's look at some Christmas statistics. So the average high for this time of year for Christmas Day is 46 degrees and the low is 27. The warmest day we had with 72 degrees in 2016. If we can get to that 74, 75 degree mark tomorrow, we will definitely break that record and we'll have the warmest day on record. So taking a look at our 7 to 10 day here, 75 degrees today. A bit of fog, like I said this morning, a bit windy moving into Christmas Day, 74 degrees for a high. Those 70s stick around through the weekend until we get to Sunday when a cold front is going to be bringing those temperatures back right down to around average for this time of year. Definitely colder on Monday. Then you can see by Tuesday and Wednesday we're going to start to warm up for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but definitely enjoy those 70s while it's here for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's a look at your full forecast. More news and weather coming up after the break.
Well, forget the shelf. This holiday tradition has found a much taller place to hang out. A 40-foot inflatable elf is currently perched on the side of a giant spire in Scottsdale, Arizona.
The 125-foot spire was originally built to honor architect Frank Lloyd Wright, but for the holidays it's being called one of the largest elf-on-the-shelf installations in the world.
It's part of a shopping and dining district in Scottsdale. Officials say the display has become a big draw for the area, with visitors traveling from across the country just to get a look before Christmas. Now, we were saying earlier, we are kind of really glad that we just kind of missed when, elves started coming out into homes to report back to Santa. I don't know how much I would have enjoyed that. I think that would have freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you got a 40-foot elf there is watching over the entire city, so everybody better behave because he's reporting back to Santa.
Yes. Not just at home. He's going to keep an eye out on the street. So, if you accidentally run a stop sign or anything, he's going to know.
He might issue a ticket too. We don't know. So, well, 2 German stadiums were packed Tuesday night, but the people inside were not watching a soccer match. Instead, they were spreading Christmas cheer.
This is in Berlin, where more than 28,000 people came together to sing Christmas carols by candlelight. It's a joyful tradition that dates back more than 20 years, when the local soccer team was having a rather bad season.
But a group of nearly 100 people didn't want to let it damper the holiday mood, so they came to the stadium the night before Christmas Eve to sing Christmas songs.
They came back the following year, and a few more people joined them. It's now an annual event with lots more people a part of the festivities. Well, that sounds like a fun way to kind of bring the community together, and you don't see carolers too often anymore.
No, I feel like that trend has kind of disappeared a bit, but Germany is doing the right thing. Definitely getting people involved and feeling that holiday spirit is the right way to go.
And if your soccer team is bad, it's good to put the stadium to use at least.
And they're big. Soccer, I've been to a couple soccer games, and they're really big about singing, so they probably have wonderful voices.
Amazing. Well, there can be sometimes too much of a good thing. Some residents in Haverhill, Massachusetts, say the smell from a new Dunkin' Donuts factory is just too much, and they want to do something to be done about it.
The factory is owned by Kaffa Management Company, nearly 100,000 feet. It's the largest bakery for Dunkin' in the U.S.
It was built this year and is serving more than 200 Dunkin' shops run by Kafua. A representative of Kafua appeared before the city council last week seeking permits for storing thousands of gallons of shortening oil and diesel fuels in above-ground tanks.
He said they make 1 million donuts a day, and the facility has brand new equipment. New equipment is regularly cleaned and meets all regulatory standards. A city council member says some residents are concerned about air quality near the plant.
The council is having health inspectors check out the plan, and they'll revisit the issue at their January council meeting. I know it's a serious issue, but also, does it smell good? I know, I get it if it smells, but does it smell at least like donuts?
I would hope so. I mean, it's the smell of donuts cooking in the morning or baking in the morning. I feel like that'd be amazing. And lots of it smells like waste apparently to those people, but I don't know, Anyway, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is bringing back one of the most iconic action superheroes of the franchise. Actor Chris Evans is back. Go ahead.
We're so excited to talk about this.
Yeah, really.
We're like, yes, Steve Rogers.
Yes.
This is the first look at Marvel's Avengers Doomsday. The first official trailer was released yesterday.
In it, you see Evans arriving to a farmhouse on a motorcycle. The character's life also seems to look a bit different.
You see him take the Captain America suit out of a box, and then he's seen holding a newborn baby. The teaser ends with text on screen saying Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday.
The Avengers will assemble in theaters next year on December 18th. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Evans' comeback comes after previous comments he made about not returning.
You know, everybody, it feels like, has come back for this movie. I thought Infinity War was kind of going to be the biggest thing in the Avengers. Seems like this is going to up it because he's back. Robert Downey Jr. is back. It's hard to believe we have to wait a whole year for this.
I know. And Chris Evans is one of my favorite actors. It's amazing to see him come back. Even Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I am very excited for this film.
Perfect. Well, we have your Wake Up Recap and some more weather when we come back. This is your Wake Up Recap for December 24th, your top stories to start your day. Over the weekend, Linn County, Kansas authorities announced 13-year-old Aaron Andula had gone missing near the Holiday Lake neighborhood. Yesterday, the Bates County Sheriff's Office received a call in reference to the missing boy. When authorities arrived at the caller's house, the man said he knew where Aaron was and that the boy was dead. The man, Damon Leonard of Pleasantown, Kansas, led authorities to the area where he left Aaron's body. Authorities found the body in a remote area in a creek bed. They say Leonard admitted to taking Aaron's body from Kansas to Missouri. He has been charged with abandonment of a corpse. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And temperatures are on the rise today. As you can see, pretty much Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and through Saturday, well above average temperatures for this time of year. 30 degrees above average to be precise. Then we're going to get to Sunday. Things are going to start cooling down, and then we gradually warm back up by next week. But mid-70s in December is unbelievable to think. Don't expect a white Christmas out of this either, though.
No. But you know, we're getting into the Christmas spirit, and a zoo in Budapest is spreading Christmas cheer to its residents. Animals big and small were treated to some tasty snacks in their enclosures ahead of the holiday.
Christmas trees were adorned with carrots and apples for the elephants who seemed to enjoy digging through the branches for their tasty gifts. Wolverines could be thinking, "Where's the beef?" after they navigated 3 branches to find their specialty meat snacks.
Red pandas had boxes of fruits and nuts to chow down on, while meerkats munched on worms, and Santa made a special delivery inside the aquarium where he gave the sharks some fish and cabbage to the smaller sea creatures. It's nice to see them get very much into the Christmas spirit, and you know, they're grateful for it. Isn't it adorable to see, you know, them attack little trees?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I mean, the funny thing is I might have dated myself a little bit when I said, "Where's the beef?" So those at home who know that Wendy's commercial, I believe it was Wendy's or Arby's. So very funny, amazing stuff. Well, thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.